last week we were talking to Conway, and he's kind of emphasizing that playing with effort over stats and stuff. And it seemed like last game kind of was the epitome of that. I mean, he gained one tackle throughout the whole game, but he seemed to find a way to impact it.
Yeah, well, he impacted the first play of the game, and so that was on him because he's the one that had to get on the quarterback. So, teams know exactly where he's at, and he's that type of player to where you better know where he's at because he can play off the edge pretty well. So he's playing well. As far as the stats aren't there for him, but he's playing well.
How nice overall was it just to get 5 turnovers and have a game like that on defense with the way you've been trying to emphasize that the last couple games?
That felt good. We were due for that. It felt like, so to get 5, I think felt good, and the score was also good for us on defense. Hopefully we keep that going.
Mercy was saying that the previous drive he was in there, they ran the same route or something, and he kind of remembered that, and then he saw him line up in that again, and that's when he got the pick 6. How's his kind of football smarts or whatever, and how impressive was to hear him say that he kind of earlier in the game might have saw that coming?
He's doing a good job with him and Chance, them kind of in the same spot. He gets a chance to kind of see it a little bit. So he's a smart player as well. So the way he played that, he it was a slant by number 1 and number 2, and he kind of went in with number 2, and then he came off late. So yeah, it was a good play by him.
It sounds like you guys have lost Dylan for a little while here. What did he bring? What will the defense miss with him in the lineup, and what does Cam Miles bring to that position?
I think they're the same type. Big bodies, physical, same high school actually. So they've been kind of trained the same. So they're both smart, study film a lot. So hopefully it won't be a big drop off. But we will miss Dylan. He had a great camp. He had a great spring ball. He had a good fall. He was actually playing well.
He tried to walk off the field under his own power, and apparently he's got a broken ankle. I mean, he had some toughness there too. Clearly,
there is some toughness. He was one. He's always been taught you never want to be down on a football field. You want to try to get off the football field. So he was trying to get off, but he was under some pain. He had a lot of pain.
With Cam, when you guys brought him in here, what did you kind of envision, at least this season, maybe his role being, and how much did you see him getting on the field, and what have you kind of seen from him, since he got here? And I think
He's been
time for the
better.
spring, right?
Yeah, he's been getting better each week. Just as far as off the field, just him understanding, what we're trying to do. It's kind of tough to come here sometimes and learn our scheme in just 1 year. So with him, you kind of saw that as weeks kind of went by, he was starting to get, in the groove a little bit more as far as our scheme. So he's going to be thrown in the fire now.
How did he play?
He played well. Yeah, he played real well when he came in. He forced a fumble, could have had an interception. So that holds true for those guys from that high school that can't catch. He had a pass breakup late in the game on a big play. Actually, I think it was a 4th down play.
Yeah.
So yeah, he played well.
Were you expecting him to maybe get a year where he came in and kind of learned the system and was used a little and might not be needed a lot, or were you thinking he could come in and play a big role right away, or what were you seeing as his?
You wanted him to play a big role early, right away. That's because of what happened with injuries. I mean, you have to be too deep now with the offenses we face and them going so fast and so many plays and all that. You kind of have to have too deep. So he was the guy that we expected to play.
And now
so he was ready.
Now with Seabold being listed, I guess, on the depth chart as the backup, how much concern is there at depth now at safety?
We'll be fine. We can switch spots and we can rotate. And he came in and played the other night too, so we'll be fine.
I was gonna say, obviously Chance has some experience there, and Mercy's been playing well at nickel. So I mean, is there a chance you guys could, move some guys around? I suppose.
From last year, I'm a chess player, so whatever kind of comes up to what we have to do, we can do it. My main thing when it comes to injuries is the other team don't care. They can care less about your injuries. So I don't try to harp on them as much, and we'll be ready to play who's ever in there. We're playing. It's football.
Had Cam, had he played, outside of mop-up situation, had he played on defense until Saturday night or Friday
He
night?
had played before, yes.
Yeah, okay. How much had you gotten?
I don't know exactly how much. Oh, yeah, he had played.
First time he played, extended?
Extended.
Let's talk about Hawaii a little bit. What do they do offensively? What kind of scheme do they run? What are their strengths?
11 personnel. They'll spread you out a little bit. I think their strength is their quarterback. He can throw it. Their receivers, are well coached. I think the scheme is good. It's funny with the two coordinators being who they are. They both coach me here. Don Haley and Tom Mason. So I know those guys